largest crypto
I will fire Gary.
Welcome to Block Talk. The first cover-up that we are going to see is Ethereum optimizes for survival and not speed. So, can you brief about this, guys?
So Ashwin, did you see like Ethereum is almost near in solving its blockchain trilemma? Did you notice it?
So Ethereum, when it's launched, it was decentralized and it was completely secure. But the scalability problem was there from starting. But now going forward, throughout these years, the scalability issues also getting solved day by day.
Yeah. Last year there was an update called Saga, right?
Yeah.
After that we saw that the gas fees is now under cent, like it's $0.01.
Yeah, so it's almost near to other layer 2
Yes.
chains.
So we are now at a point where Ethereum has proved that even without super fast development speeds, but enough speed so that they can battle test every feature in the market and slowly they can roll out the features. That has proved very good for Ethereum. That's what Vitalik also mentioned in his latest tweet. Like how Ethereum is in the market for resilience rather than achieving top UI, UX or user friendliness. Like they are saying they will achieve user friendliness very soon, but there's no rush from them.
That's not the actual motive for Ethereum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you see in Web 2, going from 400 millisecond of latency to let's say 100 millisecond of latency is such a huge achievement.
Yeah.
And Web 2 also is like if you want to access a feature, if you should do three clicks, and if anyone comes up with a new UX where just one click can make it happen, then that's also an improvement.
Yeah.
But Ethereum is saying that they don't want these kind of marginal improvements, but they want to make sure that whatever improvement they are doing it will be battle tested and it will be working forever. Like Web2 companies are not sure that they will be running forever, right?
Yeah, so there might be scenarios when if the server goes down, the application will not work, or if any cyber attack happens, the application will not work. There are scenarios like this, but whereas Ethereum, it's always like it will run always, no matter what happens, because it's completely decentralized.
Yes.
That's what Vitalik meant by resilience, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. And he also mentions that like more than chasing the 1% or 2% extra yield, they are chasing that the yield would not go to minus 100%. Like they'll make sure that funds will be safe instead of those incremental yields. And there can be other things also, like software companies can go bankrupt. You know that, right?
Yeah.
If a product goes bankrupt or if the product is not making money or if there are no users in it, they will sunset the service down and the service will go down forever. But in Ethereum, even if there are no users as such, let's say for a particular app, but the code will be there in the on-chain, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of sovereignty, like that kind of freedom is what Ethereum strives for, and that's what I like too. And we may see that VCs, like current investors, always run behind the current shiny thing, like the next shiny apps or features. But long-term games like Ethereum's win in the long term is what we are seeing. It's becoming very evident.
Yeah. And also Ethereum is trying to be like BitTorrent and Linux. You see BitTorrent, it's completely decentralized and still government is using BitTorrent. And it's also like hard to shut it down throughout the world.
Yes.
So Ethereum is like BitTorrent with consensus included. And when you see Linux, it's open source, it's free to use. So Ethereum is almost same as Linux in Web3. So this is what brings resilience in Ethereum.
That's true.
So, will that be difficult if they focus more on resilience for the users? What do you think about that?
Yeah, for users, I think the speed will be very high. Like the speed will be very low, and also the cost will be very high. This is a problem for the users, but like going forward, even this can be solved if everything goes well.
Yeah.
You are saying that they'll get adapted to that.
No, I'm not saying users will get adapted to that. Ethereum will solve these issues like in some time because as mentioned earlier, scalability was a problem, was a huge problem earlier, but now it's not a huge problem in Ethereum. So likewise, in some time, even like this can be solved.
The second cover up that we are going to see is crypto Twitter is losing reach by spamming it. So what is this about, guys?
Crypto Twitter, CT in general, was very wary of what was happening in towards their reach. Like people are complaining that nowadays threads are not getting much reach, and the replies are not also getting boosted up. And while they were having this discussion, it reached somehow Nikita Bayer, like who is current product head of X, and he posted a reply where he mentioned that CT is not like CT is doing suicide to itself. That's what he mentioned.
Okay.
So how, in what sense, if you think so, is in CT for small accounts, the major growth tactic is to be a reply guy. Being a reply guy is having thousands of replies every day and just showing like all the replies even don't need to be like in depth or conveying your opinion on the current trade, but it can be as simple as a GM. Right? And Nikita says that these kind of tweets, like for each account, you will have a set quota of followers for each day. If you just post 2-3 tweets, those will be shown to everyone. But if you post, let's say, hundreds and thousands of tweets every day, then they won't be reached because by the 50th or 40th tweet, you must have been run through all the quota for the day. And this shocked crypto Twitter in general. They were saying like, okay, Nikita Bayer sounds in this way, but that's not true. What's wrong in this? And they were saying that Nikita is sabotaging the app against crypto Twitter users. Like CT users are one of the very early users, if you see. It's also a major chamber in Twitter space.
Yeah, even like when I joined crypto, Twitter is one of the mainstream of information about crypto. So yeah, and as you said, like people used to do GM messages and replies every time. Even I was one of them. So initially, like when I joined Twitter for crypto, I used to message or like post GM fam, GM crypto to like in a day I would post this like 10 to 20 times. So, but what like I got is like I got a few followers. I can't deny that. But as Nikita said, the amount of reach that I got in the first day to the last day is very less. Like comparatively, the reach is like engagement is going down day by day. So yeah, maybe this is because of the algorithm.
Yeah, and there's an ongoing discussions with users in X, thinking that Nikita should change his ways and they should not make algorithm in this way. But let's see what kind of decisions will he take.
Wait, what's wrong in this algorithm? Because like
what's wrong in the sense is you are demotivating active users of the platform from voicing out some opinions, right? And
if the opinion is valuable, it's okay. But people are just like ranting. They are not branding. They are just like copy pasting the same thing again and again for thousands of times. This should not.
There's a problem. Yeah, this problem what we think arises from this. So we can say this behaviors also arises from Kaito, like which incentivizes engagement across the platform, and because of this, people are blatantly using AI tools just to reply. Like they are not even using their brain to read through the post and reply.
Yeah,
they're just spamming it everywhere. So to combat that, X has to take some measures, and this is also one of them. So it's always a tug of war between the X team and the users, and another glaring stat in Twitter is 64%, almost 60% plus accounts in Twitter is almost automated or it's as like bot activity. It's most of the accounts act like a bot. They have automated tweets. They role play as some other guy from some other country. Like people will be posting about American politics, right wing, left wing, or Russian-Ukraine war, posting as in Russian. But if you see the origin of the account, it will be India.
Yeah.
Get the point?
Yeah.
So Twitter also enables you to push narratives from anywhere in the world by playing as the key player in that current scenario. Like an Indian is not a key player in, let's say, Russian-Ukraine war. He can voice his opinions, but he's not a key player in it. But he acts as one. So these kind of issues is what have formed this. We have to see how they tackle it. Like it's a difficult situation to actually think of.
So in general, like if you want to grow on crypto Twitter, stop trying to be everywhere and start try to be worth reading.
Yeah,
Say that.
that makes sense.
The final segment that we are going to see is when satellites fail, mesh networks keep people online. So, can you brief me about this, guys?
Yes. So this segment was included in this podcast because right now, if you see in world news, Iran is undergoing massive protests by the people of the country because their currency has gone almost zero. Iranian rial has fallen all-time low, and people have now lost their faith in the government.
Okay.
And government is trying much more to restrict the public because Iran is a authoritarian government. Like it's not democratic. There is a leader. There's a prime leader over there, and it's a Muslim Islam-dominated country with their own rules.
Yeah.
And when you see this, people may be asking like, why do we need offline protocols, or why do we need blockchain-based apps or apps which use the features of blockchains like local key generation, peer-to-peer networks? Why that's needed? And we saw that very evident in Iran. Like, if you see, communications is a very major part of human life.
Yeah.
If you want to know what's happening everywhere, if the protesters want to like coordinate with each other in the resistance towards the police, they need internet. And what Iran did is they shut down the internet, and protesters, as usual, like how everybody in the world does, now protesters smuggled Starlinks into their country.
Okay.
But Iran also found out a way to jam Starlink.
Okay.
That's shocking because world was thinking that Starlink is almost censorship resistant. Like it's like anywhere they can use it without any issue in this kind of time periods. But if active military is there, they can jam those GPS signals and Starlink signals and can make sure that even that does not work.
Okay.
So in this kind of situations, who will come to the rescue? So some apps like Jack Dorsey, former CEO of Twitter,
yeah.
he developed an app called BitChat, and also some of crypto people, like there's a guy called Satvik who runs offline protocol. He has his own app called Friendwin, and these uses peer-to-peer concepts and mesh network concepts to keep you connected. So crypto still has ground-based utility apart from the currency aspect or monetary aspects, is what this proves. And this is also a telling sign for investors or VCs that sometimes these kind of protocols need support and push from your side rather than some other next upcoming prediction markets, let's say. These kind of systems are like very much needed in the upcoming times, and that's what I wanted to tell to the crowd in here.
So today we got to know that whatever may be the financial incentives in crypto world be aligned to any kind of markets, freedom, sovereignty and privacy are the underlying themes on which people build forever and ever in this space. That what makes this space cypherpunk enough and moving forward towards the future is what I think, right?
Yeah.
So that's it for today.
Thank you guys, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Coin Diaries Block Talk podcast, and stay tuned for future updates. Bye.